Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's very
Trick-or-treat, give me something good to eat.
In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they're fired up and ready to get going with a fresh new season. Game one being on the road may make it a bit more difficult, but Coach during the press conference prior to the game said it will not affect their strategy tonight. Clearly, he's got his guys pumped up and ready for the challenge. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate, but then certain
Welcome, basketball fans. It's Halloween, and we've got a treat for you. It's the opening of the NBA season. And thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time, it's the San Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. This is the first they're seeing of the Timberwolves here. First game of the NBA's regular season for them. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, the athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Downs is out there with Beasley, and it's Longley in at the point. Spurs on defense. There's a good screen. Down low. Here's Towns. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Here's Washington. Soft touch off the glass.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Beyond the arc. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Longley up top. He's covered by Washington. No one covering. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And a wide open look for Freq. No good with the triple. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Longley. He's guarded by Washington. Lots of room. Longley can't get it to go.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And Leonard has it in the corner. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Timberwolves trail by 4. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks. I spoke with Minnesota's head coach for a bit. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Doris. What will you guys be looking for overall, defensively from this team, given they're facing such terrific shooters tonight?
It's going to have to be a total team effort, guys. I mean, you have to be ready to provide help defensively literally every moment you're on the floor.
Exactly. When it's a team that shoots it as well as they do, guys, I mean, one-on-one defense isn't enough. Everybody has to be tied together, rotating, helping, and very much aware of where the ball is. Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Longley with it, defended by Washington. Nice D from Washington.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Hits it from three-point range. Freq's got 12 points in the game.
He has created
New group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Olynyk. Joe Ingles comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Richardson, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And Freq subbed in for Augustine. And that one's good. Freq.
hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Here's Bayless. Rebound, San Antonio.
Hey, I like creativity in a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
The Spurs rebound, kicks it out to Richardson. Now here's Freq. D right on him. Dishes it to Diao. Launches it. Beasley with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Doubled by Washington. Beasley kicks to Bayless. Shot clock at 5. Levine, good.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give him.
Freq dishes to Leonard. Inside, Washington. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Richardson the pass to Leonard. Shot is off. Excellent D there from Beasley. Here's Levine.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. First of all, a big nod to how one of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
Many times before, but what a great first half, just an offense.
I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So it's San Antonio now. It's a 5-point game. Washington, he's in at point guard. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Richardson, and it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Leonard, that's for 2. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Leonard's got the first basket of the second half here for the Spurs. The pass to Beasley. Shoots the 3. Shot no good. And the Spurs going the other way now.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Longley passes to Wiggins. They double him with Freq. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Levine's got 5.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Freq kicks to Aldridge. Left side Leonard. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Wiggins against Leonard. Here's Longley. Offline with his 3. Spurs leading by 5. And here's Freq. He's got 20 to the inside. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Freq. Aldridge has got his first bucket in this one.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Towns, and it's Freq with the rebound. Freq's got his 5th rebound in this one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And Olenek kicks to Aldridge. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. Freq is 2nd.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Free throw good, Freq.
Just a fantastic game for Freq. He's got 21 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Doug McDermott comes in for Michael Beasley, and it's Matthews in for Levine. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Longley. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Aldridge, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Doug McDermott. For San Antonio, they've hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they shot 8.
Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Freq comes in for DJ Augustine. And then for Minnesota, Mike Scott comes in for Tyler. That's Caspian for Wiggins. Shot's good.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
And Bayless kicks to Caspi. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Caspi's got his 2nd basket of the game. Now, Freq, 25 points in the game. Got it off in time. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And as we end and so they choose to intentionally foul. We've got 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here, so now it's an 8-point game. And Minnesota has possession. Longley with it. Now Green defending. Towns wide open. The wing jumper off target. Freq with it. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out with style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Here's Bayless. Can't connect. And
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freq. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. What'd you think, Kenny?
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number 1 option, the number 2 option, number 3 option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
Seeing Freq dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.